What's going on, everyone? So, Ubisoft apologizes to the Japanese historical reenactment group for using its flag in Assassin's Creed Shadows art without permission. Now, I just did a recent video about addressing the situation with a smart Japanese individual who's, letting people know how angry Japan is about this. And I think this apology is very shallow compared to the damage that they've done. And in order for them to make up for what they've done, that little simple apology is not enough. And let me go into detail about what I mean. So, if we go over here to, and I can just move the camera over a little bit for you guys. If we go over here to this thread, it says Ubisoft has apologized after using Japanese historical reenactment group's flag and concept art for Assassin's Creed Shadows without permission. As reported by Silicona Ubisoft, Siliconera, well, that's not very important, but let's just continue. Ubisoft Japan issued an apology on X and admitted it used the flag in two pieces of art without permission. It also claimed to have apologized to the flag owners Sekigahara Teppo Tai, a historical reenactment group made up of volunteers who perform to the public at festivals and other events. Eagle-eyed fans noticed the identical recreation of the flag, which can be seen below. We'll get to that. And a piece of concept art for the Japan set Assassin's Creed released alongside its full reveal. I wouldn't say this is Japan set. I would say this is Ubisoft set showing what they want to do in a Japanese setting without the Japanese. I wouldn't call this Japanese because it's just historically inaccurate and very insulting. It was raised to a leading member of the Sekigahara Teppo Tai Twitter user Matchlock Kage. So we can click on this person right here. We can translate the post. I will upload some clippings from photos I took on my visit to Myoenji Temple in Kagoshima Prefecture on October 27, 2019. This is what they stole. I know some Japanese are comment about that, but let's get back to this. Who posted a photo of the real flag taken on October 27, 2019 and expressed concern at it being used by Ubisoft without permission. So what's interesting about this is that they use that, but they don't want to work with Japan. So they stole something from Japan from a public event without asking them for permission to push their agenda, which is historically inaccurate. So we can see it right here, right there. Let's make sure I'm kind of out the way, but you guys can see it right there. And this guy highlights it right here too. And then we can see it again right here close up. If we go over here, we see it right here once again close up. So there it is right there. Not only that, but let's continue down here. Ubisoft has now apologized for using the flag. However, it said it will no longer use the associated artwork with one exception. The presumably already printed physical art book featured in the collector's edition of Assassin's Creed Shadows. So they're using their artwork to promote and market. Ubisoft has said it strived to make the world of Assassin's Creed Shadows as authentic as possible. Let's talk about this. No, that's bullshit. You want to know why? Because if you really wanted to apologize and you meant it and you wanted to make up for that, you would go and work with Japan to make it as authentic as possible. In order to say you want something as authentic as possible, you need to work with the origins. You need to work with Japanese people. You trying to make it as authentic as possible without Japanese is showing what you're doing right here and there. It's corruption. It's deception. You're also insulting the African culture because you're saying you want to use them as a surface and as a shield to represent something for a certain agenda to make them feel good. But if I was an African, I would feel angry too because you're trying to say you're using me for wrong means. Why couldn't you use me for the right means? And why are you making my character gay? Sleeping with Nobunaga. How the fuck is that making it as authentic as possible? And then going to Japan saying certain things like, we wanted to have a face for the samurai that is not Japanese. How is that authentic? Authentic would mean a Japanese male protagonist and a Japanese female protagonist, or a Japanese male samurai and a Japanese male ninja, because female Japanese were not really ninjas that did battle. You see what I'm saying? So if you're telling me you want things to be authentic as possible, that means it needs to be from the origins historically. That means I need Japanese telling me that this is authentic. I need to clarify with them. That would be the intelligent thing to do. I don't see in any of this you doing anything authentic with Japanese. I see you disrespecting them. I see you disrespecting the African culture too. And I see you using both cultures that you're not for means for marketing and agendas. And it does make me mad too, because I like to put myself in that position as if I was Japanese and if I was in that position to understand what you're doing to me in front of my face, and then telling me I want to represent the Japanese culture and I want to use a face that's not Japanese. Come on, man, like for real. And then I want to start stuff between Japanese and African cultures and other people. That's what you're doing, because you're literally trying to make it seem like the black person or the African person is being used to be represented in a video game. But if you're going to make them feel better about it, why don't you do it in a noble manner and an intelligent manner, not insulting another culture? Because the African people and the black people in America, they love anime. They love Japanese games. It's all over the place. It's very clear. Everyone loves Japanese culture lately. Anime is massive in America. Japanese love is massive in America. But what you're doing right here is you're not showing African love towards Japanese. You're actually trying to cause a war here. And I'm not trying to cause anything over there, but I'm just saying, like, specifically for people with intelligent mindsets that are deep in this game, like me, that you are not promoting that. You're actually promoting racism. You're promoting dividing and conquering, and you're promoting people fighting amongst each other. You're playing politics here, is what I see. So if you want to make things as authentic as possible, what you need to do is you need to go to Japan. You need to apologize for them, but the apology has to mean something from a standpoint as, I'm gonna set this right. That means I'm going to work with Japanese culture, and they're going to say, now we feel like we're apologized to. Now we feel like this is authentic. And actually, you know what? I'm sorry for using Yasuke and the wrong means, because that's not how he went to Japan. You even had an interview of Ubisoft admit that they know little as possible about Yasuke. But yeah, you said you want to make this authentic? Come on, man. Let's stop playing games here. No. We all know that every Assassin's Creed was set in a setting where every protagonist, and there's tons of Assassin's Creeds, not even mainlines, where every region was set by the region of the race that represented that region. And you specifically did that on purpose, not in Japan. And then you tried to use a female outside of that to represent battle and combat. That should be a male principle. I think a Japanese would understand this. Why are you using a female principle and a woke agenda to represent Japan's history without their consent? I cannot get with this on any sense possible, and I have to call it out because I'm a very realistic person, and I'm going to defend Japan because they're being ignored. And when they want to defend their own country, certain people are calling them racist. You guys are not helping either, because you're being stupid. You should know that you are actually being insulted. I'm talking about colored people. You should not be insulting a Japanese. What you should be doing is you should be assaulting Ubisoft and saying, why are you using our face as a means to represent racism and wrong? And there are a lot of African and black people that are doing that because they say, man, bro, that's messed up. This is not about making it who's the protagonist. Oh, man, he's black now, man. We're actually getting in the video game industry. Yeah, but you're getting in the video game industry in the wrong manner. And the other culture whose land is being represented by somebody that's not in that land, and it's wrong. So this all needs to be addressed in a manner, and no Japanese and no African person should be fighting each other. They should be teaming up and saying, wait, this is both wrong on both ends. Definitely towards Japan. And this needs to be done in the right manner. That's why I'm stepping into this, because I know how to do this. I have the charisma. I have the intelligence. So that's why I'm addressing this. And this thing about this being authentic as possible, I can't get with this until you show me that through actions. Till you show me a company that easily has so much money that you can delay this game and you could work with Japan, and that you would actually probably even increase your sales and revenue in Japan, and the whole world will respect you a lot more, and you would make more profit by doing this the right way. You can delay this game. You will be fine. You have plenty of money. You're not broke. But are you going to do it? Most likely, I'm going to say most likely you're not. Because this involves stock markets. This involves wolves at Wall Street. This involves holiday sales. But there's so many great games in the gaming industry that I think it would be better for you to delay this game and work with Japan. If you truly are sorry. If not, you're going to continue to release it the way it is and say that you're just doing a PR stunt to me. That's what I think. So that's my thing here. So, down here, Assassin's Creed Shadows was fully revealed in May 2024 as Japan set entry where players take control of two protagonists. The stealthy shinobi Naoi and the action-oriented Yasuke, who's a real figure from Japanese history. So, this is not about him being a real figure from Japanese history because it's not even represented in the right manner. This is not historical accuracy. This is historical fiction, which is what the lady said in the interview, which don't even make sense. But I guess if we want to give it a definition, that's what this is. So there you have it, Ubisoft. If you really want to make it as authentic as possible, it needs to be from a Japanese standpoint, and you need to work with them. Otherwise, I can't believe what you're saying. And I think all of Japan feels the same way. These are intelligent people. These are some of the brightest minds on the planet. Have we looked at the development industry in gaming and see who reaches the highest meta, the highest sales, going all the way back to the Nintendo days? Do you see how smart these people are? It's the land of the rising sun, for example. And I'm a sunny being myself. Japanese are intelligent people. They're sensitive people too, and they have pride. So you can't expect them not to get mad. I'm doing all the right things here, and I think you should too. So you think that they're not going to see through all that? They are. So I think you messed up by trying to insult one of the most intelligent races on planet Earth. And I think you should stop victimizing colored people to make them feel better about having a character that's going to Japan in a false sense. If he really was struggling, why don't you show Yasuke struggle? I think as a colored person too, like, struggle is very important to them, to know what it means to come out of a situation and rise up to be strong. They want to know about struggle. You're not giving them any struggle. You're giving them a bunch of victimization and mockery, making them feel like they're being represented, but it's insulting another culture that they actually love and they support a lot in today's world. A lot of colored people love Japan. Big time. They even make beats and certain things for them. They even cater to them in certain ways too. Though the Japanese culture represents a lot of people, but they're not racist. They include a lot of things for Western society. Ever since they lost that war, they had to team up with Westerners, and they've done a great job by doing that, and also staying authentic as possible. So I think from this standpoint, why would you try to cause issues among people that don't have issues? You know what you're doing. You can't tell me you were getting ready to release this to the world and you did this on an accident. No way in hell. You're actually replying because people are standing up and are saying the right things. And I think from a PR perspective, it's the right thing to do. If you really want to fix this and make this better, you need to make things better on all angles by doing exactly what I said earlier, working with Japan, telling the Africans what you did to them. People will respect you more. It would actually be better for you in the long term. But if you want to be seen as a villain and as a puppet master, then continue doing what you're doing. I don't recommend you do that. Ubisoft, I play a lot of your games and I have for a long time, all the way back to the early Splinter Cell days. I've beaten tons of your games. You know what I mean? And I can't be talking to the whole of Ubisoft because this is a certain part of Ubisoft that is pulling this. And if I was the president of Ubisoft right now, I would be furious. I think some people should probably be fired, or some people should be in a situation where it's like, you guys are making me mad. I can't believe this is actually going on. The French don't want to be seen as racist. But I think as a French company, and you guys are family owned, you should be doing a better job as is if you want to be a leader. Come on, Ubisoft. You guys can do better than this. If you really mean what you say about that DEI and diversity, how could you put it to where when it's a Japanese turn to actually get a game based in Japan, it's not as authentic and organic as possible, and you're not even working with them? I don't see DEI here. I see racism. It feels like you have a problem with Japan. And I just have to say it because if that wasn't the case, I wouldn't be doing this. I'm one of the most authentic beings on planet Earth. I'm really a man who represents God. And I mean the real one. You know what I mean? So this to me is like, I got to stand with the truth on this, and I always do. And I have to say, I have to defend Japan because I feel like they're being ignored. And that there's a lot of people that are going to attack them because you have some people, and I have to say this, you're not intelligent if they're doing the right things and they're defending their country because this is a game set in their environment. It was already set in Egypt. There's every other culture but them. Now it's them, and you have a right to say that they're racist? I don't think so. You're not being intelligent by not looking from it the way that I'm looking from it. Understand and listen to what I'm saying. I mix myself. That the Japanese have every right to get angry and call out this bullshit. How could you attack them and call them racist? without seeing what Ubisoft is doing while insulting you. Talk to Africans. See who's really wrong here. Ubisoft is. They're the ones doing all this. Japanese didn't make this game. You didn't make this game. You don't even have any position in the development industry. So how is it people that are not part of these cultures, they didn't go to any of these cultures and say, let's use this the right manner? Because I think an intelligent African individual would say, hold on, bro, if you go represent me, man, I'd rather you represent me being real. What the fuck you doing representing me like this? It ain't trying to make me feel good about it and victimizing me and making me say, oh yeah, there's a black man, you know what I mean? We finally got a game. But how did you get this game representing you as a protagonist? It's all wrong and it's all fake. And if you're supposed to be real, you would be like, man, I don't want to be representing fake. I don't want to be representing insulting a culture that I love. I watch their animes, you know what I'm saying? I love the Japanese culture, you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Like let's look at it like this. Like, this is all wrong. Like, so we need to address this. Ubisoft can do better. You guys know what I'm saying is true. It's all real over here. Right here. So, yeah, I know y'all like my Naruto shirt. You see what I'm saying here? Yeah. But anyways, I love the Japanese culture. You know what I mean? And I like what Ubisoft does too on certain things. But this part of Ubisoft right here, I don't know what y'all are doing, but what the hell is going on here? This all needs to be done correctly. And like I said, final saying here before I be done with this video. If you really are apologizing and you really want to make this as authentic as possible, work with the Japanese. Fix this game. Make yourself be seen as a hero who admitted that they made some stupid mistakes, and make that apology mean something. Saying that you apologize and still releasing it like that, they're not gonna go for it. So there y'all have it. That's the video. All right, y'all, like, subscribe. You like this type of content? Japan, I got your back because you're being done wrong and I'm gonna defend you. All right, y'all. Peace out. Have a great day.